Good morning. Day 2 of my little cleaning experiment. Nick's dog Libby is visiting us, having a puppy sleepover because apparently she's afraid of the dark and so she can't go backpacking. So I'm not feeling very good today either. In some ways I'm feeling worse than yesterday, although I slept better. I kind of have a post-nasal drip going on, feel kind of sickly. I think it could be hormonal, so I'm gonna have my period in a day or two, and I don't know what's gonna happen. This whole experiment could just go. I sometimes have really bad cramps, but I can't really predict. It kind of depends on the dose of the hormones that are supposed to get rid of the cramps that I've been taking. Generally, I just don't feel very good, so I'm kind of worried. There's kind of ominous signs that this might not be a good round. Problems on top of problems. Sicknesses on top of sicknesses. I also tend to feel bad when it's overcast outside, which it is. This is something that I didn't notice before I ever moved to Arizona, but since I moved to Arizona, I noticed that on a day when it gets, I don't know if it's the barometric pressure or just the light, but on a day that it gets cloudy and sort of cool and clammy, my mood really tanks, and it tends to be, I think, the best on a clear, cloudless day, as are the vagaries of being super sensitive. The term super sensitive human wasn't coined to be a bad thing. It's you know, the tagline is super sensitive, superhuman. It's supposed to be empowering, but mostly on my vlog you get to see how it actually affects my daily life right now, and it's not very empowering to have my moods and my health and my energy be at the mercy of the weather and the mercy of what I smelled that day and my hormones and everything. It's very chaotic, but I'll try and work some more on the kitchen today and maybe tackle the refrigerator. I also think I have an aversion to darker days and darker places because I can't see as well, because I had a type of LASIK surgery called PRK many years ago that basically scrubs off part of your eyeball, and it's a certain diameter, and then on a dark day your pupil gets bigger, and it can get bigger than the part that they fixed, and so you just can't see as well in the dark and at nighttime too. Your night vision's not as fixed. So that happens, and it's big enough of a difference that I can tell, and I feel kind of like it's like a slight irritation, like I just can't, I'd just rather wait until I can see more clearly. It's part of my fridge cleaning. I had a bag of 10 apples that were never good, always grainy from the start, so I'm boiling those down into apple butter today. It's the afternoon and I still don't feel good. I still have post-nasal drip. Feel like my body's fighting an infection of some kind, but at the same time I don't feel like lying down, so I'm gonna go on a walk. babushka. Foraging for herbs. Ooh, look, it's a sacred datura. Antlion holes are really fun. If you have ants, you can drop them in there if you're cruel, and the antlion will come out like a little monster and pull them down and eat them. You know what lives in these kind of areas is ring-tailed cats. But I've never seen a live ringtail in Arizona. Only dead one, or I've seen live ones in California. They look like a cross between a cat and a raccoon. Sedge is flowering. Ubiquitous mustard. This is beaver protection. A lot of my YouTube audience doesn't know that I used to be a survivalist and I used to know all the plants and all the uses for all the plants. But that's a story for another time, and nowadays I don't care. I'm happy to just look at them without knowing very much about them. I love these little mesquite bosquets. If I was a fairy, I would definitely live here. Hi, so I went on my walk and I came back and I used the chamber for an hour, hour and a half, and edited a video in there about the chamber that I'd filmed before, and that's exporting right now, and I ate a second lunch and now I'm going to, I think, do some yoga because I'm really stiff in my back. One thing about laying in the chamber for too many hours is it kind of hurts my back, so I am experimenting with that and doing it for less hours a day. So yeah, cleaning and computing both require like holding my arms in front of me a lot, and that's gets to be very painful for me after a while because I have a lot of tension up in here through my mid back, and so this is interesting to do this experiment because I feel like my audience is really getting a look at what my life is really like and how my plans are impeded and controlled by various health factors each day. Because I really didn't do very much in the kitchen today. A couple hours, but I'd like to do more, maybe after I get stretched out a little bit. Here's how my apple butter's coming along. Tell you one thing about feeling like crap a lot, as in all the time, is that I might say I'm tired, but I don't really want to like go lay down or go to bed or go read a book or watch a movie. Like, I'm bored with that. I don't feel like doing that, and yet I don't feel like doing anything else either. So there's this constant sort of dis-ease going on. This is day 3 of the cleaning experiment. There's definitely something going on with my immune system. I'm like losing my voice. So I don't know if we're gonna be cleaning today. It's a lazy day. Even Mercy's feeling it. Hey, it's Emily. I'm standing really far from the camera so you can't see what a puffy, ugly, sick face I have. It's 6:30 p.m. now. Since 6:30 a.m. I have meditated, read in my chamber, bought some stuff on the internet, read outside, napped for 2 hours, watched a movie for 2.5 hours, watched Lady Bird, which has 99% positive review on Rotten Tomatoes, but I didn't really like it. A little too much coming of age trauma for me. I should have watched something stupid comedy or something. Definitely have an immune sickness, obviously. But I think it's getting better, and I'm a little stiff and restless now from laying around all day, so I think I might get in an hour or two of cleaning.
Giving the fridge parts a bath.
A peculiar thing about me is I almost never listen to music. One reason is that I have a hard time finding music I like. I'm too impatient to listen to the music I don't like to find the songs that I do like. Another thing is with my sensory stuff going on, I just find it a stressor. It's sort of like having a loud fan in the background or something. I don't know why, because when I listen to podcasts and audio, I find that relaxing, but not music. The third reason is that it often gives me too many emotions. I know that's the reason that people listen to music, and you might say maybe you should feel those emotions, and maybe they'll dissipate through listening to the music, but I don't know. It's kind of like reading letters from your ex-boyfriend or something. I just don't know if that's a healthy emotion for me to feel, to make myself feel.
There's javelinas outside. Five of them.
Well, today is day 8 of the cleaning experiment, which means it's over, and basically the last 4 days have been a wash due to being ill and menstrual cramping. I still have whatever this is. At this point, I'm not even sure if it's cold or like a seasonal allergy. Now, I've never really had seasonal allergies. They gave me a hay fever type thing, but there's always time for new symptoms to develop. So at this point, it's kind of part of my life, and I don't know when or if it's going to go away. No, it will go away, but I don't know when. So I did no more cleaning type stuff in the house, but some of the things that the whole principle entailed I did do, because on the morning of day 4, I spent a long time watering all the plants in the garden in the morning, giving them a nice deep water so that they can sprout their spring leaves. I think I laid down for the rest of the day because the moving around jostles the uterus and causes more cramping. And then on the next day, I thought that I was feeling better, but turns out that was a little premature because I went on a jog in the morning and I was not feeling good after that. I was feeling depressed and my nose was burning. So one of the reasons that I think it might be allergies is because I think it is cottonwood blossom. So there might be cottonwood pollen in the air. And I walked by this other lady yesterday who was yelling to her husband in the car, "My allergies are really bad right now." So it's possible. Day 6, I spent like most of the day on Craigslist and cars craigslist.com looking at automobiles for sale and thinking about what I would like and what makes sense. And trying to combine those two because they don't go together very well. Day 7, yesterday, I had a wicked headache in the morning and didn't feel well at all until I took some Advil, which helped a lot. And after that, I went on a short walk. I was joking that I'm allergic to cleaning, not because I'm allergic to, not like I stirred up some dust or mold and then got allergic to that, because this all started, like, you heard my voice on the first day when I first started filming. My face was all puffy and I was like, I don't feel good. So it's not that, but psychologically allergic to cleaning. I could make this plan and then all of a sudden, oops, I can't do it. So then last night, this crazy thing happened where my friend got really mad at me and said, I'm never, ever, ever going to talk to you again. And I wonder if that is part of all this, in the sense of my vibration being low from being sick tends to attract situations that reflect that vibration of sickness. And I wonder if I get better, if I'll hear from this person. I don't know. It seemed like crazy, sort of unwarranted. It all started because they texted me kind of apologetically, like, sorry, I've been on boats and cars all day. And I was like, I don't really notice. You don't text me that much anyway. And then they were like, okay, well, fine, we're done here. And I was like, no, I don't mean, wasn't being passive aggressive. I'm just like saying you're mysterious. Sometimes I don't hear from you. I asked you like 3 questions in the last week that you didn't answer. And then I asked you this other question that you answered with, because my mind led me here. And that's all very mysterious. And then they like, well, aren't I allowed to be mysterious? And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's not a relationship if you don't want to talk about things. And it all spiraled down from there. This was a person who was gonna maybe come visit me for a while, so it was fairly important to me to have a open communication going. And I don't know. I don't feel like I did anything terribly untoward to never, ever, ever be spoken to ever again. But if they're gonna be that way, maybe it's for the best. Because would you say that to somebody? I mean, I tell people that I don't want to be friends anymore if it's not working out, but not in quite those words. That just seems like a lie right off the bat, because people change, people apologize. And this person actually, I've seen this behavior before, because one time they cursed me, like literally, like, a curse upon you and all your descendants. And then we made up later and I was like, so what about that curse? And they're like, oh, that was just a day curse. But it may not be a healthy choice to be involved in a situation that even is in the realm of possibility to go in that spiral of doom to begin with. But now, that aside, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with myself while I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. I would like to keep cleaning I don't want to commit to like a whole another week though, when I might be sick a whole another week. There's gardening to do and videos to do. You would think that because I'm feeling ill, I might go back to the option that focused on health, but when I came up with that, I was really thinking more about like doing yoga and jogging and doing breathing exercises and cooking and healthy foods and all this stuff that is not compatible with being low energy and kind of sickly. What's compatible with that is just like lying around doing whatever I want to do, and like even going in the chamber has suffered from being sick because I've just like haven't wanted to get in there for whatever reason. So I don't know, I'll think about it and see if I can come up with any more choose my own adventure options that are compatible with having a cold. Because right now I'm like not doing too good at life. Like my food is kind of suffering and stuff because I need to go grocery shopping and I hadn't wanted to go, and I haven't wanted to go fill up my water jugs, but I did yesterday after I took the Advil.